First of all, thank you very much for coming to Bombay and to Somaya Vidya Vihar. I have two questions for you, Your Holiness. One is that I know you travel all over the world meeting people and giving teachings. But when you're not teaching or traveling, what is a typical day in the life of the Dalai Lama like? Please tell us about your routine day. And the second question is, I've been reading that the Nalanda University is being revived. So can you tell us about your involvement in the revival of the Nalanda University at Rajgir?
Okay.
Thank you.
Then, firstly, as a Buddhist monk, my daily life usually carry according the Vinaya rule, according Mula Savasiddhivatan Vinaya or Patimoksha, the precepts, 253 precepts. So we keep using these precepts as a monk. Then perhaps as a student of Nalanda masters, whenever I have time, I always read, study, particularly Nagarjuna and Chandrakirti and Shantadeva. Mainly is these three. They are text. I always read, think, and almost a daily basis meditate. Then also as a practitioner of Tantrayana, Tantrayana, also you see some meditation. As a student of Madhyamika philosophy, analytical meditation. Then as a student of the Shantadeva, is to meditate on altruism. So these are my main practice. So each day, I got up 3 in morning, then meditate about 5 hours, like that. So then usually from 3 up to 8:30, and then meeting with the people. Then open my mouth, blah, 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 that way. And about 6:37, sleep. That's one important meditation. Very sound sleep. No sleeping pill, no tranquilizer, completely relaxed like that. So I think these practice altruism and sort of understanding about emptiness, immense benefit to bring inner peace. So I carry that kind of life. Now I think nearly 79. I feel, although refugee, but my life, carry quite useful. So I don't know, another 15 years or 20 years, I don't know. I will carry it that way. Then second part, Kaza. Yes. When 1956, when I came to India, the government of China, People's Republic of China, is to give some fund or donation. Actually, the check I carry on behalf of Chuanle and one function at the Nalanda, Pandit Nehru there, Chuanle, all of a sudden some illness or something. So he asked me on behalf of him I should carry the check with Chinese ambassador, Delhi. So at that time, Hindi chini bye-bye. I also, you see, as a sort of high sort of position, Chinese sort of People's Congress. I was the deputy chairman of steering committee of the People's Congress, like that. So then after 59, although you see that project carry, but not very sort of, I say, rigorously. Then one time, the former president, Abdul Kalam, I really sort of respect him, admire him. Come from poor family, Muslim background, eventually become great scientist, then become Indian president. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, very humble. And also she's showing genuine interest about the altruism, or Shantadeva's book. Yeah. So one time, you see, he connected that project, Nalanda project. But then, in that project, some politics there. So eventually, Abdul Kalam, I was told, resign from that responsibility. So I have no direct contact like that. I don't think any necessary translation. I think, okay. Now next question.
Your Holiness, I once had a dream in which I asked you a question, but when I woke up, I couldn't remember the dream very well. So I'm very fortunate to be able to be here to ask you in person. The question is, what is the essence of taking refuge?
Karsa.
The essence of taking refuge.
Nilam jila masang. Essence. What is your question?
What is the most important thing about in taking refuge, when you take refuge to the Buddha?
That's, of course, all major religious tradition. Some kind of refuge somewhere. Refuge. All so tradition have. For example, Christians is a single-pointed faith towards God. Muslims, single sort of pointed faith towards Allah. So likewise, so all major traditions, you see, the single-pointed sort of faith towards one's own, or say, a God or teachers, like that. And then Buddhism, real sort of protector or refuge is Dharma, not Buddha. Buddha simply teach us Dharma. Dharma is the real protector or real refuge. So that means Dharma not outside, but within ourselves. Wisdom, warm-heartedness, these two things are eventually reach certain level and then become Dharma. So once you see the real Dharma develop within ourselves, then you kasota, you then saved from a certain level of sort of kasota, samsaric sort of what's the levels like that. And then Sangha, you see, kasota, community. See, like I think one student, the first class, there's no sense of competition, positive competition with 10th class or 12th or 15th class, same classmate, then there is a sense of sort of more competition, positive way. So competition, there are two kinds. Destructive competition or negative competition is in order to you become top, create some problem other. That's destructive competition. That's bad. The positive competition, sense of competition is, so you want to be top, like other. And even, you see, your classmate helping them reach top. That sense of sort of competition is positive. So you see, take refuge to Sangha that way. You see, those individuals who already reach in certain deeper experiences, then kasota te miktu kasore
Look towards them.
ka
Look towards them.
ka
Take their example.
this is correct.
Correct.
That's do kasa
Take their example.
ka
Take their example.
Take their example.
oh, take their example, yes, like that. So thank you, my teacher now. So that's Buddhist way. Buddham Shanam Gacchami, Dhammam Shanam Gacchami, Sangham Shanam Gacchami. Main refuge is Dharma, not Buddha, not Sangha. I think yesterday also I mentioned Buddha like doctor. Dharma is like medicine. Real sort of curing your illness is not doctor, but medicine. So Dharma is like medicine. Sangha like nurses. With their help, you can cure illness more sooner, more quickly, like that. Like that. Next question.
Namaskar, Your Holiness. The question is, when we talk about the Mahayana and the Lotus Sutra, in Lotus Sutra, we know that it talks about the last sessions which Buddha gave to the disciples. It talks about the way of life to be lived and how it's to be done. So how do we make it current in our lives today? Because as you said, as per the region and the people, it has been taught to us. So how would you enlighten for us to be go ahead for our generation?
Karsa.
Summarize is in Lotus Sutra, how we make it current for our generation today and take it ahead for us.
What the
Tamju pegar nala chita chue nyamle che mangbu sung jas ta sung ba de tingsa tu jo de jarni ni nyamle che khande che goinas.
Sorry, I haven't go through so thoroughly about that sutra, so I don't know. So I should learn from you. My knowledge is very limited. But some sutra, you see, merely mention about Sukhavati, some heaven, and some Chinese tradition, and also Japanese tradition. You see, reading these texts or these sort of the sacred books, some of them, you see, believe just reading these books, some sort of prayer, you see, helpful to reach that sort of realm. That I doubt. Just reading and some prayer, then no need dharma. Like you see, take refuge, doctor, without taking medicine, how can cure?
Karma has to be there.
Oh,
Karma has to be there.
oh. So I think it is better to read more books do not rely one book. That's better. That's why you see the Buddha's own word, which translated into Tibetan about 100 volumes, different sutras. Then more important, the commentary wrote by like Nagarjuna or so on. These are great masters, about 200 volumes. So we have to read, study. Then you get the fuller picture like that. Okay.
Yes.
That's our way, including myself also, that is the way. Read more books, and particularly useful, read book which say a certain point contradiction. It's very, very helpful to get deeper meaning. One book state or hold some views, then another master, you see, debate about that, criticize that. Then you see you get the opportunity to further analyze what is this sort of master's, because of what is behind of this master's view, and the sort of critical view, another sort of master. So what is their sort of thinking, their reasons? That immense help to get deeper understanding. Like that. So like this morning I mentioned Buddha Palita and Bhavivika, serious discussion, rejections. And then the Chandrakirtis, you see, series of discussion and refute some of the Baba Vega sort of argument. So very, very helpful to get deeper understanding. You just read one book, then fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. It's not a proper way of Nalanda tradition. Thank you.
Your Holiness, today you are our master, so we want a direct answer. Can you hear me? Okay. I said today you are our master, so we'd like a direct answer. My question is, we talk about karma and good and bad, but the definition of good and bad changes from time to time and from culture to culture. So how can that be a reality of distinguishing between good and bad karma? Especially if what is very attractive about Buddhism is the concept of shunyata. So if you have shunyata, then where is the question of rebirth and different goals?
Karsa.
Lede hiyo mukabla yaga da duga seji sungu yorobas.
Noro.
Da gewa da migewa. Da yaga da duga seji rishung da mita da netang da mita tole soso tatang kaka yorobas.
Right.
이 컨데스 야가 두가서 컨데직을 세샤고 요나스 엔다 하나 신게 동번이 거지 해용도 에네야 두서 히란 두서 매워서로 직 차용 거스 틴데히
Yes, the first part, the theory of karma and good or bad, or sin, or because of the virtues. Yes, due to different philosophical views, you see, the definition of these things, there are differences. But from the Buddhist viewpoint, and particularly Madhyamika philosophical viewpoint, then good and bad is relative. Entirely depend on the circumstances. The ultimate sort of demarcation is something which benefit to oneself or others. That's a positive. Any verbal action, physical action, or mental action, something harmful to other, eventually harmful to oneself. You see, that considered negative, no absolute. So, and I think yesterday also I mentioned it, under different circumstances, same action, under certain circumstances, the Buddha's even Vinaya mentioned certain point at the beginning, he allowed. Then later, he rejected. he prohibited. Similarly, initially, he allowed, he rejected. But later, he gave some exception. Under such circumstances, it's okay, like that.
What is the connection with shunyata then?
The shunyata, you should now, yes, among these 17 great masters, you see, many of them criticize Nagarjuna's sort of view or shunyata. They consider, according to Madhyamika's understanding about shunyata, is nihilism. If you have sort of very because of the serious interest, then you should read Nagarjuna's the Madhyamika Mulakarika, particularly the 24th chapter. There, he mentioned all the objections come from Chitta Mantra and some other sort of school of thought. Then he answered. So the essential sort of answer is shunyata, not nothingness. Shunyata means absence of independent existence. It never denies existence. Existence is there.
सुन हाँ जैसे कि हृदय पाकृता सूक्त में कहा गया है कि जो रूप ही शून्य है, शून्य ही रूप है.
So, physical form is empty. Empty is form. Now, this case, empty of the form. So, empty is the basis. Form is the basis. The empty of the form is the
Property.
Its quality. The very form, that existence is not by itself, as quantum physics say. If you investigate, you can't find objectively. But it works. So it exists. Now, for example, if you analyze, you see, yes, now, for example, if you analyze my hand, you can't find piece, particle, just wave. Nothing. But you can't say, now, you cannot use hand because you can't find. Objectively, it does not exist. It's foolish. Very useful here. Like that. So then, hand is there. Even animal, you see, kasate, recognize. You see, when your dog become a little bit naughty, like that, the dogs also, you see, realize, oh, its effect. However, if you investigate, you can't find. So, hand exists. But if hand, its existence, the way appears, then the hand must exist objectively. Then when we find out, analyze, you must find. You can't find. So, absence of independent existence, that is shunyata. So, form is its own emptiness. The form's emptiness is form. Patit samupand.
The Tao of physics. The Tao of physics.
Kasa.
Physics do not chikore.
Oh, did it? Yeah, like that.
Thank you.
So quantum physics, you see, they try to find, they take for granted things must objectively exist. So when they investigate, you can't find, then they find some dilemma. The Buddha, 2,500 years ago, and Nagarjuna, they already solved that problem.
I didn't say physics, I said the Tao of physics by Fritjof Capra, who talks about the particle and the wave. what you said just now.
Karsa.
The freeze cobra singe digi tao physics e thebs ti yore
Oh.
tina la duten tu se cheba chi do tin tawo sheshas
Oh.
You
Let
said-
that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question.
Yeah. Your Holiness, I am a great admirer of you and of the Tibetan people, and I'm very happy to be here today. My question is very simple. Yesterday you talked about love without attachment. So when I love people, my family, my friends, I get attached to them, and if they are not there anymore, then I suffer. So how can I love them without getting attached to them?
Actual love, as I mentioned yesterday, which is not oriented about others' attitude. So, usually our love is very much oriented about others' attitude. So there is attachment. And as soon as attachment involved, it becomes biased. So, love, hatred go side by side. So therefore, in order to develop unbiased love, firstly, you have to practice detach, equal. Then develop love towards entire sentient being, or love equally your friend or your enemy or strangers. That's a genuine love. That not spontaneously come, but through training, use our intelligence. Okay.
Okay.
So not easy. Genuine sort of the kasuda love with attachment is more or less spontaneous biological factor. However, that is as a seed. Then use human intelligence. Then it become higher level, detached. Meantime, fully sense of concern of their well-being. Okay.